You are looking at one of the coolest new cars to come out of Hyundai. This is called the Insteroid. For now, it is a concept car, but it is essentially the N version of the new Inster, also known as the Casper electric, that's going to be coming to Australia. Now, they have flown a few of us out here to Seoul in Korea to take a look at the Insteroid. They're not telling us whether or not this will be coming, but what we do know is that they really want it to come. And frankly, I don't think they would fly us out here if they didn't want us to talk about it and get you excited for it. So today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the new Hyundai Insteroid, which yes, its name does derive from literal steroids, but we'll come back to that. I'm going to take you through everything we know about the Inster and the Insteroid, when it is landing in Australia, and all the crazy features about this car, because yes, it plays music. So let's get into it. Guys, it has been a long day of filming and unfortunately my mic is about to die, so apologies for this jank setup, but let me take you through the way that this thing looks, because frankly it looks insane. Obviously we have to talk about the name Insteroid. Now quite literally the name Insteroid is the Insta on steroids. They apparently even have a game on the inside of this thing where you have to catch all of the steroids to make this thing into the Insteroid. Seems very non-PC and non-2025, but I kind of love it at the same time. It's a weird name, also sounds a little bit like a hemorrhoid, but again, naming aside, let's talk about the way that this thing looks. It's actually designed by the European engineers of Hyundai, and they were tasked to make something that was essentially like an N version of the Hyundai Inster, but also to gamify it. And so that's why it's got this very boy racery look, and there's Casper the Ghost all around it. And by the way, you might be wondering why I'm not wearing shoes. I'm not allowed to wear shoes on here apparently. The Inster EV is a small vehicle. It's just over 3.8 meters long. In Australia, we're going to be getting it with a few different variants. Specs aren't fully confirmed, but we do know there's going to be two different battery sizes. There's going to be the 42 kilowatt hour and the 49 kilowatt hour. And you're only going to be able to get them with very small outputs, 71.1 kilowatts and 147 newton meters, which is nothing. And then 84.5 kilowatts, the high performance long range version with again 147 newton meters of torque. Nothing performancey, but this thing is obviously very different. And actually you can kind of see it. You can even see some of the battery pack exposed in here. It is definitely bigger than the 49 kilowatt hours that you would be getting in the regular Inster. Also the fact that the rear wheels are wider than the front wheels, the track is wider. This points to this thing either being rear wheel drive or all wheel drive. And it makes sense because apparently one of the big features of this is that it has a drift mode, though we're not going to be able to drive it today. Check out these really cool lights here. They've got the cool daytime running lights and bright LEDs as well. Insteroid is obviously embossed with lighting into the front, and I love all of this orange effect here. And you have your tow hitch there, very racery, and a huge spoiler as well. This will not be the most aerodynamic thing, and the regular Insta has like a max range of 360 kilometers anyway. Yeah, I doubt this thing would be much more than that. I think it would be substantially less, but hey, if it can do a couple laps of the Nürburgring, it'll be a real N. And you've got some really cool hood aero there too, with a single wiper up the center and a hood scoop to cool the electric motor, I guess. Doesn't have a real engine, of course, it is fully EV, but a very cool look. Let's check out the side. So coming to the side, you're going to notice these absolutely enormous wheels. They are mostly plugged up for aerodynamics, but some cooling vents on the outside. Pirelli fully slick tires on there. You got some really cool active cooling there as well. You can actually see the gearing behind it there. You have a very functional aero here to help streamline air across the side, with very wide haunches as well. This thing is bigger than the regular Insta by quite a significant margin. I love this as well. You've got the porting for the plastic windows, got your badging there, and you still got the little Casper badge up there because it is known in Korea as the Casper EV, and Casper is a ghost. Go figure. And then of course at the back you have these massive orange wheels here as well, with again more ducting and a warning label there, hazardous voltage present. So I guess it's a pretty dangerous electric vehicle, but in the sexiest of ways possible. It is a very good looking car. Let's check out the bum. Okay, coming to the ass of this thing, and I think it is absolutely insane. I mean, look at it. Look at the spoiler. It's about as big as the car itself. It is enormous. Very cool. And I can see where this gamified vibe came came from for this concept, but I really love it. Hyundai, please bring this out. You have Insteroid there. It's all lit up, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, you have the Hyundai Inster back. Down to these little circular lights. That's very similar to what you'd find on the regular Inster, but obviously it's now on a huge diffuser, and it is just so cool, so aggressive as well. Again, I can't imagine range on this thing is very good, but it looks like it would be very, very fast. And then in the back, you have a very interesting feature. It says Hyundai Beat House. You have two giant speakers because, yeah, this thing is a speaker powerhouse. It's got 5 different things that it can play for you, which we're going to run through now, both on the exterior and interior. But this thing, it puts on a show, again, whether you're outside or inside. Check it out. So yeah, all very, very crazy, all very, very insane, frankly, but a really, really cool concept. One of the coolest I've seen in person anyway. Let's check out the interior. Okay, let's talk about the interior now of this thing, because frankly, the Insteroid looks pretty insane on the inside. First thing you're gonna notice is this steering wheel here. It's like an Alcantara. It's got a couple of buttons on there, race and track, also boost buttons as well, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Frankly, if they could put this into a production model, you'd be laughing. It's also got a roll cage in it. It looks pretty intense. You've got these Sparko seats as well with very intense looking racing harness for there. But the biggest thing, I think, is actually right up in front. So first of all, the dashboard is all new and it looks absolutely incredible. Also in front of you is a range of these digital displays that just look really, really cool. They're going for the parametric pixel look, which is really the thing for Hyundai, but it does just look absolutely epic, like really, really good. I love how in the center as well, you've got what looks like a dog leg shifter, all really for doing drifts, because yes, this thing apparently has a bespoke drift mode. And then up at the top, you have your start stop button, apparently has connected surfaces because there's an SOS button as well. And then your gear selectors as well, drive, neutral and reverse. It is a really cool, really special place to be. Down to the things like the pedals, they just look absolutely incredible. These doors as well with the pull tab there. And in the back, you get 2 huge speakers because yes, like I said, this thing can play some pretty bang up tunes. Yeah. A really, really cool interior, and honestly, if they can do even 10% of this in a production version of the Insteroid, I think you're gonna have a very, very cool car indeed. Let's get to our final thoughts. Alrighty guys, final thoughts now on the new Hyundai Insteroid. Weird, frankly, stupid naming aside, this thing is a really, really cool look into what we might be getting from the N brand in terms of their lower entry range EVs. Obviously, the Hyundai IONIQ 5N exists. The Hyundai IONIQ 6N is one of the worst kept secrets in the industry, but something built on this architecture, a 400 volt architecture, that could actually be coming. And no, it's not going to look as crazy and rambunctious as this, but it will look good. So I am really, really excited to see it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you think of the Hyundai Insteroid? Dumb name aside, do you want to see this land in Australia and come out as a production version with some of these cool things like the dogleg transmission? Thank you for watching. Of course, if you want to buy any new Hyundai or any new car for that instance and you want the best price possible, make sure you check out CarSauce Buy and our team will take care of you. Ciao for now.